Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, we have a big scandal with the SHA program, and we know the minister in charge is Aden Duale in the Ministry of Health. Gachagua was on an interview with Yvonne Okwara on Citizen TV, and there are serious questions that Gachagua is raising about how the issue of SHA has been dealt with by the minister and the president. Remember, the president has told us that, he scorned members of parliament about corruption. And now this one is right in his own cabinet. The people he can fire and hire directly without asking anyone. What is happening here? How is he treating it? That is what Gachagua is trying actually to challenge here. But first thing first, these ghost hospitals, the hospitals that have been registered, they don't offer services, but they claim for money from SHA and the money is dispersed. How have you gone about it, Aden Duale? The focus is how Aden Duale is disciplining those hospitals and recovering the money. Look at the response of Aden Duale before we go to Gachagua's statement. This is what he shared after posting the Kenya Gazette notice, whereby he has said that he has shut down all those hospitals. Following my press briefing yesterday, we have now formally released the list of additional health facilities that stand suspended in accordance with the law. This decisive action underscores our uncompromising stance against fraud in the health sector. The Social Health Authority, SHA, manages the contributions of hardworking Kenyans. These funds are meant to guarantee quality, affordable, and dignified health care for all, not to line the pocket of fraudsters. We will not tolerate any individual or institution attempting to exploit or siphon what belongs to the people. The government remains firm and unyielding in protecting the integrity of the health system. Huyo ni Mheshimiwa Aden Duale, CS for health. There are serious questions Gachagua is asking. How do you shut down a ghost hospital? How do you shut down a hospital that is not existing? There is a list there, but some hospitals do not exist. He has not told us what he has done to hospitals that do not exist. And he has not told us how he's going to recover the money from these hospitals that are fraudulently getting the money from SHA. But Gachagua is revealing how the money comes in and where the money goes to. This is the government in a fraud activity here. And Kenyans who are taxpayers are the ones being defrauded by this regime.
After stealing 1.4 billion shillings from Duale and company now, the little money people have been deducted from their salaries, the little money that people are paying for SHA, this money they are sending to non-existent hospitals and stealing it. And this is the money that is doing empowerment programs by Mr. Soprano. This is the money that William Ruto is using to bribe people in State House. Where do you think this money is coming from? I heard him asking the governor of Mandera, not governor of Mandera. He was saying there is a governor who has paid 150 million. Where did he get it from? I want to pose you the question, Mr. William Ruto. This money you are bribing people. This one you have given Soprano bribe people. Where are you getting it from? This is money for sure. Now Aden Duale is telling us, and abusing journalists, Yvonne, that we have shut down the hospitals. How do you shut down hospitals that do not exist? Please, these people, the impunity, the kind of contempt they have for the people of Kenya. A minister telling the people of Kenya they have discovered that money is being paid to non-existent hospitals, ghost hospitals. And his reply is that no, we have shut down those hospitals. Where is the money? What measures has he announced today? If these hospitals were non-existent, if these hospitals were not compliant, and they have been shut because they are not compliant, has he announced how we shall recover this money? I would have expected William Ruto, the new champion of fighting corruption in Kenya, to talk about this. Instead, he's only talking about 10 million, and he's complaining it has not reached the MPs who are his friends. That is his only concern, that 10 billion was bribed, it did not reach MPs. William Ruto, why are you not speaking about this 10 billion? By today, in a country of the rule of law, Duale should be at home. You know?
What
and
for?
We are saying,
what for?
He should have been sacked. This is a scandal of unknown magnitude. You have seen today the website for SHA, where the records were, showing who has been paid, has been stepped down, so that you people do not interrogate these hospitals. Because what would have happened? You people are very imaginative. With the list they are showing who has been paid, you would have sent your correspondents all over the country to see whether the hospitals exist. And because they don't exist, that is why they have removed those details from the website, so that Kenyans do not interrogate, they do not audit the theft of public funds.
Rigathi Gachagua is asking serious questions. That Ruto, you have said that you are fighting corruption, and we've seen you pointing finger at the members of parliament. Now it is happening in your cabinet. Why are you not firing this man in charge of Minister of Health, Aden Duale? Why have you not fired him? And even before you fire him, how have you recovered the share money that has gone to those ghost hospitals and some other hospitals that do not offer those services? How are you going to... In fact, Ruto has not talked about this issue. He's silent. Lakini ya wabunge alikuwa mbio kuangalia mambo ya wabunge. But Gachagua is telling us where the money is going to. Economic empowerment programs. And we said here, hata kabla kuja kwa interview, amesema Mr. Soprano anapewa pesa, anapeleka huko. So imagine you pay taxes. They reduce your money on your pay slip for health. Alafu inapelekwa economic empowerment. Zingine kwa mifuko ya hawa jamaa. Sasa nikitumia Kiswahili naweza sema kwamba Duale ni mtu mbunifu na uongo mwingi sana. Ako na ubunifu ya uongo. And even there were complaints that when he was serving the Ministry of Defense, hawa jamaa walikuwa na muogopa. They used to fear him a lot. And they were happy when he was moved elsewhere. So you see, when they were not comfortable working with him. Now, if there is someone that Ruto should have fired long time ago, it is Aden Duale. This is the same man who was in the Ministry of Environment as a CS when trees were cut down from Karura Forest. There was deforestation in the Karura Forest, and the reason they told us that they want to plant indigenous trees. How do you cut down trees to plant? How? Like, he did it. There was no public participation. That's Aden Duale we are speaking about. This is the same minister when he was in the Ministry of Environment who approved a private investor to build a hotel inside Ngong Forest. There was no public participation. That is how he's leading with impunity. Then he is here again, another scandal.
Uma, you will wake up one day and Karura Forest is trending. They are cutting trees. They have not told anybody. And then they come and tell you they were harvesting mature trees. Now, Honorable Speaker, they have gone into Ngong Road Forest, and out of the blue, somebody is building a hotel in the middle of the forest without telling anybody. Honorable Speaker, it takes the locals there, the people, the neighbors, to raise the alarm and say there's something that is happening in the forest.
Now, we are concluding this discussion, but before we do that, I have a quick and humble request. For those who are watching the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give the video a thumbs up. First of all, I want to thank again all our viewers who are sending in their contribution toward a program that I had explained earlier in yesterday's videos. There's a program I'm running here to help our church raise funds to get church instruments. They need a mixer, they need a speaker. I already purchased a piano for them, but they're pending on these other issues. And this church, largely there's a lot of students in the church, and just to protect them, to keep them in the church away from these other things, and all that, we just support them so that they can focus on that way. So they have invited me for a function, and I need to help them in that way. I'm here requesting you for your support because you really supported that church in a big way, and you've been my supporter. I always look at you people for the support. So I've tried what I can, but there is still a gap. I'm requesting for your support so that we can raise these funds and help them purchase those instruments. And I'm sure in a very mighty way, as they pray, God is going also to uplift you and keep on opening other large doors for you. So you can send in your support through my M-Pesa number 0708 34 0092. The name is Charles Inangungwa. Stureh is my middle name, so hutaiona sababu Safaricom inachukua tu majina mawili. I repeat, 0708 34 0092. Thank you so much for those who have sent in, and for those who are also planning to do the same, and may good God keep on blessing you. Now, we want to conclude this discussion. The big question, why is Aden Duale still in the office? Another big question, why are you shutting down the SHA website? If Ruto is serious to fight corruption, there is no way the Ministry of Health can take such a step to shut down the SHA website system at such a critical moment where we are raising serious questions about money being diverted to ghost hospitals and hospitals that do not offer services to people, but they demand refund of money that they have not served any patient. By the fact that it is the government shutting down SHA, I want to believe, I am convinced by the statement from Gachagwa that the government is now taking the money from that kit and using it for their own other programs, whereby they take 10 million and they bring 3 million to you in the economic empowerment program, and 7 million they are pocketing. This is fraud. This is sad. But that is what is happening in this country. So what can you say about this? If this is the kind of regime we have, then they pretend as if they are fighting corruption. Today, the president is between a rock and a hard place. And I mean, he must fire Aden Duale if you want Kenyans to view him as a man who is attempting to fight corruption. If you don't fire Duale, if you don't recover this money, he's making, just noise in our ears. He's just making noise in our ears that has no any meaning at all. The cabinet is rotten. So what are you going to tell members of parliament? In fact, they should summon Aden Duale in the National Assembly and in the Senate to answer to these critical questions. I don't know your views, but please let us meet in the comment section to continue with our discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.